नेपाल टेलिकम। अब अमेरिका र क्यानाडा प्रति मिनेट रु 1 रुपैयाँ 75 पैसा मात्र एनटिभी समाचारको साथमा।
Federation of Nepalese journalists to elect new leadership today. Group presentation over Chairman Prachanda's political document on the way at Unified Maoist National Convention. Indian police arrest 22 people for helping separatist rebels who were accused of killing 29 Muslims in Assam. And Nepal scores 157 runs against Oman in its third match under ACC Premier League cricket being held in Malaysia.
Hungry? Grab a Snickers.
Hello there, good afternoon, welcome to NTV English News. I'm Siksha Thapa. Up to the details now. An umbrella body over Nepalese journalists, FNJ, is electing its new executive board today. Candidacies were filed from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. this morning. The voting will take place in the afternoon today. Over 1,600 representatives from 75 districts, associate organizations and academies are attending the convention that will elect a 43-member Central Working Committee for a 3-year term. For the 43-member committee, around 100 candidates, including a dozen independents, are in the fray. The first day of the 24th General Convention of the Federation of Nepalese Journalists amended existing regulation to make the election process more inclusive. Kabir Rana of the Santar Weekly has been awarded with National Journalism Award 2070. The government gives away National Journalism Award to the journalists contributing in the reinforcement of democracy, people and the country through journalism. Ministry of Information and Communications said 3 senior journalists, Harihar Birahi, Sombu Shrestha and Arjun Gewali, were awarded with Senior Journalists Award. All the award category carries a purse of 200,000 rupees each. Group-wise presentation on the political report of Chairman Prachanda is underway at the ongoing National Convention of Unified Maoist in Biratnagar. The participating party representatives were divided into 22 different groups to discuss the chairman's report. Chairman Prachanda floated his political dossier at the convention on Friday. Meanwhile, leader Baburam Bhattarai presented a 7-point opposition proposal over the chairman's report. Over 1,000 representatives from across the country are deliberating to draft the party's future course of action and elect leadership. The chariot procession over Rato Machendranath, considered as the god of rain and prosperity, started from Saturday with time-honored tradition. The procession started with musical enchants from Pulchok of Lalitpur last evening after performing ritual worships. Guard of honor was offered for 3 times when the chariot began its journey. The chariot was taken to Gabahal of Patan on Saturday and kept there overnight. The procession moves ahead to Mongol Bazar and Sundhara the next day and revolved around Chabal, Lagan Khel and the Javala Khel. Bhoto Jatra festival ends up in the procession and reaches Javala Khel. And before we move on to the other updates from international front, here we go for a short break. Stay tuned. Many thanks for joining us back. Indeed, you are with NTV English News. And now to some international updates. We take you to the India, where authorities in India called in the army to restore order in the Assam state, which is currently experiencing the worst outbreak of ethnic violence in 2 years. Police said they had arrested 22 people for helping separatist rebels who were accused of killing 29 Muslims. Authorities imposed an indefinite curfew in the wake of violence blamed on rebels from the Bodo tribe who have long accused Muslim residents of sneaking into India illegally from neighboring Bangladesh. Dozens of rebel groups are active in 7 states in northeast India. They demand greater regional autonomy or independent homelands for the indigenous groups they represent. At least 10,000 people, most of them civilians, have been killed in Assam state in the last 3 decades. Meanwhile, an Indian regional politician has died of burn injuries 5 days after he was targeted during a TV election debate by a man who had set himself on fire. Kamrujam Fauzi, the local leader of Bahujan Samaj Party in Uttar Pradesh state, was taking part in the recorded debate on Monday. The attacker died shortly after the incident. Rescuers in Afghanistan have given up hope of finding any more survivors in a double landslide that is feared to have killed more than 2,500 people. They have stopped digging through the earth and mud that swamped a whole village in the remote northeast province of Badakhshan on Friday. Officials now say the site has become a mass grave for the village of Badik. Aid, including tents, foods and water, has begun to arrive for the survivors. They spent a Friday night camped out in near freezing conditions on the open hillside. East Ukraine is braced for more unrest as troops from Kiev prepare to continue anti-terror operation and pro-Russian gunmen reinforce barricades. Ukrainian soldiers advanced on several cities on Saturday to regain control of buildings seized by the gunmen. But in at least one city, Luhansk, the rebels made further gains, storming a security services base. Clashes in the southern city of Odessa, in which at least 42 people died in a fire, have further raised tensions. Pro-Russian protesters had gathered at Odisha's trade union house after running battles with pro-Kiev activists. The building caught fire, killing many of the protesters. And with these updates, here we go for yet another short break. Stay tuned. Hello again and welcome back. You're still with Antevingis News, getting back with some more international updates where 3 people have been killed and several wounded in 2 explosions in the Kenyan coastal city of Mombasa. In the deadliest attack, a grenade was reportedly thrown in a bus that had just arrived from Nairobi. The Al-Qaeda-linked group Al-Shabaab has carried out several attacks in Kenya since 2011, when Kenya sent troops into Somalia to battle it. No one has yet claimed responsibility for the Saturday's blasts. And with these updates, now to the sports. Undefeated Nepal is vying against Oman in its 3rd fixture of the ACC Premier League at Selangor Turf Club in Malaysia today. Elected to bat first, Nepal scored 157 runs, losing all wickets in 45 overs. Gyanendra Malla scored the highest, 26 runs, while Naresh Burayar bagged 23 runs for Nepal. A win against Oman today means Nepal will qualify for the ACC Championship to be held in United Arab Emirates UAE in December. Nepal is currently 2nd on the standings, level on 4 points with leader Afghanistan and 3rd placed Oman. The 3 teams separated by net run rate will qualify for the ACC Championship if they win their upcoming matches. This will be the 3rd meeting between the 2 sides. Nepal and Oman had met for the first time during the ACC Trophy Elite 2010 in Kuwait, where Nepal had defeated the latter by 6 wickets. Nepal champion Lakshmi Hyundai Manang Marshangdi Club MMC and Mongolia champion Kim Football Club entered into the final rounds of AFC President's Cup on Saturday with still a match in hand. The 2 teams' entry into the final was confirmed after home team Kim overcame Swereng Football Club of Cambodia 3-1 on Saturday to inflict latter the 2nd defeat in a row. The group consists of 3 teams with top 2 sides making into final rounds. MMC had defeated Swereng Football Club 6-3 on Thursday in the inaugural match. Both MMC and Kim had played 1 match each, and the last group match to be played on Monday will determine the group winner. And over these updates, here we come to end of this English News Bulletin. So let's have a quick look on the headlines.